Prequels Tim Lee, and you're watching a Wrestling Review Show with myself. Welcome to the Cheap Shot Entertainment. Okay, so just before we go through everything that happened in Mansfield, there was a show in Leicester, took place on the 2nd of February 2019 in a new venue. Is the venue on that page?
Yeah, Club Republic.
Club Republic in Leicester. From the photos and some of the videos that I've seen, it looked absolutely fantastic. Definitely somewhere that we're hoping that Hope Book again can get in there again. I'd love to go and see what happens there. There was pyrotechnics, there was video walls, there was all sorts of stuff in there. But we're just going to go through the winners and losers of those matches that lead into the Hope Rumble in Mansfield. So take it away.
So the first match was a singles match, and this was Danny Chase and Jake McCluskey, former Kings of Flight champion.
And it looks like from the results that Danny Chase, the absolute legend, beat the unique Jake McCluskey in that match. So the second match is a three-way match or a triple threat match. It's Natalie Sykes, Luna Rocks and Ruby Radley. And Natalie Sykes and Luna Rocks have been having quite the rivalry in Hope Wrestling, stretching out to Hope Future as well. Yeah. But Natalie Sykes again comes out on top of this one, beating Luna Rocks and Ruby Radley in that match. So
the next match was a singles match, and it was Gene Money, and he was against Ethan Allen. And Gene Money picked up the victory against Ethan Allen.
Ethan Allen was also in the Rumble match as well, of note, so he would appear in Mansfield the following week. The next match is an 8-man tag match. Is Nothing to Prove, Eddie Dennis, Drew Parker and the Hope Tag Team Champions Elijah and LK Mazinga, and they defeated Hustle Malone, Warren Banks and the High School Heartbreakers, Riley Nova and Zach Morris. So yeah, that looked like a really good match as well.
Now I believe this is only supposed to be Eddie Dennis and Drew Parker versus Riley Nova and Zach Morris. But during the match, all 4 members attacked Riley and Zach, and Hustle and Warren came out for the save, so that's they turned it into a 4.
An 8-man tag. So cool, yeah. So the undefeated Cy Gregory is now on the main roster, having come up from Sacrifice Pro, and he defeated I would say another unique individual, another unique character in Mr. Charles Crowley. Comes out carrying a balloon, a very sort of circus act, sort of ringmaster type of act from Mr. Charles Crowley. Very entertaining as well. And yeah, he got beaten by Cy Gregory. So Cy Gregory continues his undefeated streak in Hope Wrestling.
Now, for the Hope, the next match was for the Hope. The next match was for the Hope Kings of Flight Championship match. And champion Dave Andrews, or DDA, was against Chief Deputy Dawn, and Dave Andrews picked up the win by disqualification.
Another friend of the show, Diamond Dave Andrews. In the final match, the main event match, it is Chris Tyler and Cara Noir, who've had some absolutely fantastic battles, some fantastic matches in Hope Wrestling. They are in an I Quit match, the match to end all matches, to end the rivalry potentially in Hope Wrestling. And Chris Tyler defeated Cara Noir. Now, from what I gather in this match, Cara Noir was unable to continue after an attack from Alexander Hyde, who is now Chris Tyler's running buddy, who appears to have formed an alliance with Tyler. So it was mentioned on certainly on the Hope Wrestling group, the Hope Army group on Facebook, that Cara Noir never quit in this match. So not quite sure of the circumstances around that. Obviously he was beaten up by Alexander Hyde, but not quite sure how they managed to get Cara Noir or simulate Cara Noir saying I quit, because they have to do it into a microphone from what I know about I quit matches. So that is everything that happened in Leicester leading up to the Hope Rumble, and we're going to go now to the Hope Rumble. Evolution 80 Casablanca sucks anyways. Hello and welcome once again to Cheap Shot Entertainment. I am your host Luke, and I am here with my nephew
Martin. Hello.
And we are going to take you through everything that happened at Hope Evolution in Mansfield Forest Town. It was Hope Evolution 80. It was called Casablanca Sucked Anyways, and it took place on the 8th of February 2019. It featured the very first Rumble match to take place in Forest Town Arena for Hope Wrestling, and it was a very, very good show. So join us for everything that happened during that show. In the meantime, you can click the subscribe button, like the video. We hope you enjoy the video. So let's get on with the show. And so your first match at the Forest Town Arena for Casablanca anyways was a #1 contenders match. Well, it's billed as a #1 contenders match, but what it actually was the winner of this match entered at number 30, and the loser went in at #1 at a significant disadvantage. If you've never seen a Rumble match before, what are you doing? Why are you here? You're supposed to be a wrestling fan. Well, basically it's a load of people, guys and girls, going into the ring at 1.5 minute intervals, 90 seconds. The only way to be eliminated is to be chucked over the top rope, and both feet must touch the floor. Anyway, this is a singles match. It is between Kyle Kingsley and Warren Banks, a rivalry that's been very hot in recent weeks and recent months.
Yeah, no, I like both of these guys, and we had the chance going of Kyle Kingsley being a Dairy Milk, although Warren Banks had also
a Dairy Milk as well.
So
A bit of a kick clash there. The referee didn't notice, didn't make one of them change their shirt, or in this case a singlet. So they both look like Dairy Milk. So I think that's a flashback to when they were a tag team, because they did match with their attire. But match starts. It's blow for blow, basically. Both guys just laying into each other. No technical wrestling to start with, and a leg lariat by Banks followed by a slam gives him the advantage early on in this match. Warren Banks then tries to fly, but he is cut off by an elbow from Kyle Kingsley, and Kyle Kingsley gains control from there. As he continues to beat down Warren Banks, working on the lower back, focus on the lower back, which could lead to what Kyle Kingsley is very well known for, which is the back breaker. Won many matches with those maneuvers, many different kinds of backbreakers he can hit as well. He does hit the first backbreaker at this point, and there is a near fall. Banks back in with a flurry of moves, leading to a spinning brainbuster. Quite an impressive feat of strength. There's an enziguri in the corner, an attitude adjustment, and a spear is then missed, and Kyle Kingsley kicks Warren Banks in the shin.
It was a hard forearm by Kingsley or Kyle.
Yeah.
So the match finished by Warren going for a spear. Kyle moved the ref in front of him, and then obviously the ref turned away.
Yeah.
A low blow to Warren and a spear. Oh, I got I got a spear. Don't know.
Yeah. There's a spear that was missed. Kyle Kingsley. That's when the referee was used as a distraction, and there's a Superman punch from Kyle Kingsley for the win after the distraction. Kingsley enters the Rumble at number 30. Very cocky and confident he was as well, having won that match. And unfortunately, Warren Banks enters at number 1 during the Rumble, which would happen later on in the show.
Also, another singles match, and this one, I think a newcomer in hope of Soldato, or Soldato, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I think we have seen him before, but he was in a multi-man match. I think he was in. Was he in the Scramble?
Yeah,
I think it was like the Time Beach Scramble. I think the Chuck Mambo one.
No, wasn't he in the?
It was definitely. We've definitely seen him before, anyway.
And he also wrestled for the Hardcore Championship at 58.
Ah. Okay.
And a long time in hope, Kelly 6, which behind Kelly 6 on this match.
Yeah, very entertaining character is Kelly 6. Yeah. Crowd didn't really know what to make of Soldato or Soldato or whatever is, however you pronounce that. If you've got it wrong, I do apologise. But an impressive talent nonetheless, even if people hadn't quite gotten used to him yet. Kelly 6 is the match, but Soldato comes back with his Lucha style, not Lucy's style. That's autocorrect from when I was typing this out, and goes for the first jump and gets caught by Kelly 6, who gets back in control and starts beating down Soldato. And in a camel clutch now, Soldato powers out and hits a body slam and a twisting Alabama slam. Spears to a near fall from Soldato. There's a Hurricane Runner and a high knee, a low knee from Soldato, and he picks up the pace from here. From there is a clash of heads. Both guys go down to the mat. The referee is checking on them, counting them down for the 10. There's a springboard reverse Hurricane Runner from Kelly 6, I believe that was. There's chops exchange, brain busters from Kelly 6, and that is how he gets the win. I think you've got that.
Yeah, so I've got Kelly 6 wins by a brain buster.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen some of the stuff Kelly 6 can do. Pretty good, actually.
Yeah, he's a really good talent. He's well known on the British wrestling circuit, and it's good to see him back in Hope Wrestling. We hope you will come back again, Kelly 6, and do some more entertaining for us. So your winner officially in this match is Kelly 6.
The next match was supposed to be a triple threat match, and it still was. Luna Rocks came down to the ring and said it was supposed to be a singles match, but then she did an open challenge for a triple threat match. So.
And who answered the call?
Penguin Hustle Malone.
Yay!
And Street Clothes Tim Lee, who you can see on the Sacrifice poster Big Comeback. His face was seen on the Sacrifice Big Comeback poster as the person who was on it.
Yeah.
I think it was Big Show or something he was in.
Yeah. So the reference there is that Tim Lee is dressed up like the Big Show, well-known WWE wrestler, Big Show. And the thing about the Sacrifice Pro Show, the Sacrifice Big Comeback, was that there was a show that was stopped before Christmas, and they've made a comeback basically, and that's what the Sacrifice Pro show was. And I'd love to actually go down and watch another Saki Pro show, because the last one I saw was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, so it is Street Claws Tim Lee and Penguin Hustle. Who got fish?
You got fish.
Yeah, and Luna Rocks. All three of these superstars in Hope Wrestling are absolutely fantastic. Love Luna Rocks, love Hustle Malone anyway, but as a Penguin, wow, it's just this match was so nuts, it was unbelievable. Anyway, we're going to go through everything. So the match starts off with a double low blow from Luna Rocks, as Penguin Hustle and Street Clothes Tim Lee are sort of having a collusion in the middle of the ring, having a photo taken by Gray with the women's title, owned by Jake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Owned by Jake, who was sat front row, and he definitely got a lot of attention that night, so I'm sure he was probably really happy about that. There is a flap to the face from Penguin Hustle Malone. The Penguin is now in control. And there's a beak to the face of Rocks. And now, beak to the face. But Rocks is now in control, beating up the Penguin. Hits a spine buster on Penguin Hustle Malone. Tim Lee finally manages to get back up from the initial beat down from Luna Rocks, and she is in control of these two guys, or the Penguin and Street Clothes Tim Lee, shall we say. Tim Lee then tries a splash in the corner. He misses not once, not twice, but thrice, and misses Luna Rocks completely. Penguin Hustle tries once and hits it first time. And he wonders why this happens. No one knows. Just don't ask any questions. Luna Rocks then misses a double choke slam attempt on Penguin Hustle and Tim Lee, and there's a double splash. Tim Lee then hits a splash, and there is a picture of this actually from Gray's page, from Gray's Photography, Y2 Gray, check him out on Facebook, where Penguin Hustle puts his arms down by his side and just falls on the floor. It was very graceful, and it was really funny. So Penguin Hustle is now in complete control of Tim Lee and Luna Rocks. He hits a flapper clapper on Luna Rocks, hashtag flapper clapper, I'm trademarking that, and he gets the win. So flapper clapper for the win.
Now, I've noticed Hustle Malone, or Penguin Malone's entrance music is Pingu going wah like that with a load of beats over it. Yeah. Stuff. It's kind of comical.
I thought you was going to tell us what the song was then, because I was going to go and download it.
No.
I'm going to put it on CD or record. Put my tape player next to the speaker. Anyway, I'm not that old. I am really. Anyway, Street Clothes Tim Lee then reveals after the match, as Penguin Hustle is celebrating to Pingu, going wah, and all the music and the beats and stuff. Brilliant song. I really want it. I think it's brilliant. And there's a reveal. Boom, 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 boom. That Tim Lee, Street Clothes Tim Lee, is Penguin Hustle Malone's dad. Oh, we get a feel-good moment at the end of this match. Luna Rocks all this time was wondering what is going on. She is completely confused. I think most of the crowd were confused, but the match was so entertaining. Definitely one of the most entertaining matches on the card. Actually, I'd go out on a limb and say it's the most entertaining match, besides the Rumble match, for different reasons to the Hope title match, but definitely a sleeper hit on this one. No one expected, or no one knew what to expect from this, because we didn't know it was happening. But it was a really, really good match, very entertaining. And Penguin Hustle, yes, there was a penguin in Hope Wrestling, is your winner. And Tim Lee is his dad.
So, the next match was a singles match, and it was for the 24/7 Hardcore Championship. And if you've never heard of the 24/7 Hardcore Championship, it is where anyone and anywhere,
As long as they've got a referee,
can win it.
they can win it. I think Shaq's won it by pinning someone in their sleep. There was a video on social media of that.
So, this match was between Harvey Dale, owner of Hope, and Drew Parker,
The Urchin Prince.
who's on Nothing to Prove,
Yeah.
representing them.
Representing Nothing to Prove also includes Mazinga, the Hope Tag Team Champions, and Eddie Dennis as well, which was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, he's in the same stable as Drew Parker, which was pretty cool. And he seems to be the ringleader as well of that little stable. But NXT UK's Eddie Dennis was in town in Mansfield. Anyway, Harvey Dale is the champion as of November, like you've mentioned. There's a quick roll up by I think that was by Harvey Dale, in fact, and a near fall. There's a Lego chair that's been left over from Hope Future, possibly. Very much the hallmarks of Jack Cave. It goes into the crowd at this point. It gets thrown through the chairs into the crowd. The crowd disperses like the Red Sea when Moses walked through it and led the disciples through that thing. Anyway, stapler pierced ear, stapler to nuts. And chair used by Parker. These are my notes, by the way. Yeah, the stapler to the private part of Drew Parker, stapler to the ear, and a stapler to the forehead. Yeah, this is hardcore wrestling. Harvey Dale goes down, and Parker goes through the chair in the corner. So Harvey Dale was down. Drew Parker sets up the chair in the corner. Has all intentions of throwing Harvey Dale through the chair. He misses as he tries to get Harvey Dale through the chair, and Drew Parker instead goes through the chair that he set up. Payback, eh? So back onto the ring, and a table comes out, set up in the corner by Parker. He is backdrop then through the table. Harvey Dale hits his signature Canadian Destroyer. Nothing to prove to Parker, and another table. They top the table with thumbtacks with pins, and Dale is double power bombed. Oh, it would be triple power bombed from the turnbuckle through the table. There's only a near fall after that.
Yeah.
Incredibly, Harvey Dale is still alive and kicking after that move, which no one thought he would, including Nothing to Prove. Kendo stick comes back, hits. Kendo stick comes into play from Drew Parker and hits Harvey Dale several times. He's put on social media how bruised he is, and it looked nasty. And he just keeps hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, trying to make him say "I quit" in this match. There is no quit in Harvey Dale as the hardcore champion. Harvey Dale then passes out, and Drew Parker is your new hardcore champion. Took a lot of beatings in that match. Couldn't handle that much pain, and unfortunately eventually passed out through the pain, and obviously having nothing to prove out in the ring, beating him up. And that makes him a how many time hardcore champion?
18 time.
18-time hardcore champion at this point.
Yes.
In the night is Drew Parker. But straight after...
So as Drew is making his way backstage, Jade comes running out up onto the stage, and while Drew Parker isn't looking, pinned Drew Parker, and she is the new hardcore champ. Well,
brilliant.
Yeah.
So Jade is your new hardcore champion. Harvey Dale then grabs the mic, and in an emotional speech to the crowd that have followed Hope Wrestling over the last 5 years, retires from in-ring competition and says he will concentrate on trying to build Hope Wrestling into a juggernaut. It's well on the way. And they put on some fantastic shows to get some fantastic talent in, and much like the revolution of British wrestling, which you can follow right here on Cheap Shot Entertainment, Hope Wrestling is very much part of that. There's a revolution in Hope Wrestling, and it's looking good. This was the first main card show that we've been to in 2018, and I was very impressed.
So, the next match was a singles match, and it was for the Hope Championship.
Hey.
And Eddie Dennis getting a title shot against Jack Jester. Now, at the last show, it was at Club Republic in Leicester. Eddie Dennis demanded a title shot, and also he demanded a title shot for Drew Parker as well. So, hence this match in Mansfield, as well as the Drew Parker and the so.
Eddie Dennis is a staple on Hope Wrestling. He is signed by NXT UK, so it's great to see him back in Hope Wrestling for a couple of shows in Mansfield and in Leicester. He was in Leicester on the 2nd as well, and we will go through those results with you at the end of this video, just so you're up to speed with what happened. In fact, we might even do it before. I'll cut that bit out. So yeah, it's good to see Eddie Dennis back in Hope Wrestling. Showing his mean streak here.
Hold on again.
Lovely. So Eddie Dennis showing his full mean streak here. Turned heel, of course, back in November during the sort of Survivor Series. This is the end show in Mansfield. Sneak attack by Eddie Dennis on Jack Jester to start the match. Jester then comes back into the match with some chops and straight shots to Dennis, who runs and draws Jester out of the ring. Dennis slides out of the ring to separate him and Jester from the beating that he's probably going to receive. So that he can then take over, and he does. Jester then comes back again, and both head to the outside again, and this is where the beer comes into play. They fight into the bar area, they grab a beer from a fan, and Jester drinks the beer. Eddie Dennis tries to drink the beer, and Jester takes over the leg with a leg drop on the apron. Dennis doesn't quite get a full drink of beer before Jester slaps him in the face, and the beer goes everywhere like a fountain. There's a leg drop on the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring, a slam and an elbow drop after a tombstone is countered by Eddie Dennis. Eddie Dennis then catches Jester with a side slam into a neck cravat, which is like a submission move where they twist the neck a little bit. There's some punches to the gut and a knee to the face, a tombstone Tombstone King Tombstone Power King attempt is then stopped by Nothing Proves Drew Parker.
So then Drew pulled the ref out the ring and attacked the ref and took down the ref. Then the rest of Nothing to Prove, Elkin, Mesmer and Elijah came out and attacking the ref. At this point the ref was down and out. The three other two, Drew, Elkin, Elijah, are taking respite. No, not them. Eddie's taking respite while they're attacking Jack, and then three of them do a 3-man 7 bridge. Eddie gets a near fall with a new ref. Another near fall by Eddie. This is coming at the end. Eddie went to hit Jack with the ropes. Drew Parker had him in position. He ran. Jack Zess was too smart. Moved that way and hit through. And then Jack quickly rolled Eddie up for the count of 3.
Yes, still champion, still wrestling champion is Jack Jester, beating NXT UK, Eddie Dennis.
After the match, Bill started Bill started to attack Jester, and then Joe Nelson, Mr. Charles Crowley or Crowley, I say Crowley, Reigns and Harvey Dale mark the save. I can see a match happening. 8-man tag. Yeah,
it could be, definitely. Could definitely be an 8-man tag. That's a good call, actually. So yeah, book it. So yeah, once again, your winner is Jack Jester. And so your next match is the Hope Rumble for 2019. It's the first one to take place in Mansfield, and it was a great match as well. We got to see the second coming of of course, Warren Banks, we know, is coming in first, and Carl Kingsley is coming in at number 30. So of course we're introduced to Warren Banks, and it just so happens that Penguin Hustle Malone has drawn number 2 in this match. So who comes out third?
So number 3 we have a newcomer in Hope, Shay Fu.
Yep, and he is eliminated first ultimately as the match moves on. So he is your third entrant and your first elimination. He gets eliminated by Mazinga.
Entrant number 4, Owen Charles, and LK comes in. At number 5, number 6, I got Ethan Allen. He went and sat on commentary for a bit.
Yeah, he was very elusive in the Rumble, staying out of the ring so he couldn't get chucked over the top. Very, very heel thing to do, that. So, 7 was Jack Cave. Number 8 was Elijah, other person off anti-police.
Yes, that was
Los Santos Jr. I can fill that one in. Jay comes in next, followed by Alexander Hyde.
And then Ethan Allen was eliminated as soon as he got in the ring by Alexander Hyde. Number 12 was Tim Lee, normal. Oh, I got
it was normal Tim Lee.
Normal Tim Lee.
He's got a cage, that's Malone didn't.
Yeah. 13, Deputy Dawn. Elkin Messenger eliminated. 14, Sugar Day.
Yeah. So, straight after Chris Tyler had come in, made his entrance, Drew Parker becomes the new champion, 19-time hardcore 24/7 champion. Sugar D then becomes the new Hardcore Champion. Los Santos Jr. then becomes the new Hardcore Champion. This is really taking 24/7 to the extreme. The absolute legend Danny Chase then makes his entrance at number 17. The referee becomes new 24/7 Hardcore Champion, and then Drew Parker wins it back for the 20th time. So just after Jade was eliminated, we get Cy Gregory, the undefeated Cy Gregory. Joe Nelson comes in at number 19, followed by the returning
Burchell,
the working man.
And then we had, just after Joe Nelson came in, Los Santos was eliminated. Followed by Hustle eliminated before we had entrant 21, which was
Cara Noir.
Then Hyde was eliminated and entrant number 22 with Charles Crowley.
Yeah.
23 was Superbad Kip Sabian. 24, Mark Lasek, or Jukin as he was also known as.
Absolutely, yeah.
25, Goose.
Bring him out, bring him out, bring him out, bring him out.
Bring him out, throw him out.
Troy Goose. We've got a Goose chant going, gave us a bit of a nod. Thank you, Troy. Friend of the show.
We've got Joe eliminated and number 26 was...
You want 20? You go from here because I lost count.
So we had Tyvee Lee.
He's 26.
And we had Jackie Cave eliminated.
I missed a number out somewhere.
Tyvee Lee eliminated just after he'd come in. 27, DDA. Then we had Tim Lee eliminated, Sugar eliminated, Kai Payne eliminated.
Yeah.
28, Frankie Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we're back on track now.
Yeah, 20, 28, 29. We get the big dog, Reigns.
And we also had Frankie Vegas eliminated after he came in. And Danny Chase was also eliminated during there, and obviously 29.
Yeah. And we get then the number 30 entrant, which was Kyle Kingsley, which we knew before the match started.
And we also had Troy and DDA eliminated during there. And now I've got all the eliminations.
Yeah, so we Kyle Kingsley gets eliminated pretty quickly, actually. Pretty much straight after he came in, which was interesting because obviously he had the advantage in this match, coming in at number 30. But it comes down to Chris Tyler and Carl Noir, and we get another absolute classic from these two. It is then a shame that Alexander Hyde came down to help Chris Tyler.
Hyde came out and helped Chris Tyler. Hyde attacked one of the referees. So Chris Tyler low blow Cara. Cara picks up though under the Canadian Destroyer.
Yep.
And Cara looked to eliminate Chris, where Alex caught Chris Tyler and puts him back in the ring. So good tactics.
Very, very good tactics from these two. Of course, Alexander Hyde is now the heavy, shall we say, for Chris Tyler, the former champion.
Yes. So then, Chris was on the outside of the ring. It was like stood like holding on to the ropes outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Cara Noir looking to do a spear to try and eliminate him, but Chris Tyler moves that way and Cara Noir goes flying outside the ring and takes down Alexander Hyde.
Instead.
Although Cara never put over the top rope.
At this point.
No.
So it does take a sleeper hold from Alexander Hyde to take Cara down enough for Chris Tyler to then dump Cara Noir over the top rope. A really sad end to a great match, but moving forward, Chris Tyler now is the #1 contender for the Hope Wrestling Championship. Former champion, of course, Chris Tyler, and I think, did he lose it to Cara Noir?
Yeah, he actually lost it to Cara Noir.
Did he, or was it Kip Sabian?
no.
No, it was Kip Sabian he lost it to in the TLC match, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
in Leicester.
Cara picked it. No, Chris picked it up from Cara.
Yeah, Chris picked it up from Cara and Kip Sabian won it from Chris Tyler, which is around about the time that Chris Tyler started his attitude change. Okay. So that was everything that happened in Mansfield Forest Town for Casablanca Sucked Anyway. It was Hope Evolution number 80. And the whole show was absolutely fantastic. Definitely a return to form, although I didn't ever think they lost form when Liam Morley was in charge. I thought the product was brilliant throughout last year. But now Harvey Dale is in charge. He definitely has contacts, and he's made those contacts work for him. Like I say, this was the first main show card that we went to, the main show that we went to for Hope Wrestling in 2019, and it was fantastic. So if you want to go and see Hope Wrestling, get over to hopewrestling.co.uk, buy your tickets and go and see a great show. We've also got Hope Future as well, which is the developmental brand for Hope Wrestling, and again, really good shows. We've done reviews of Hope Future. In fact, one of the first shows we went to in 2019 was a Hope Future anniversary show, so check that out on the channel. In the meantime, hit a drop kick on that subscribe button and a flying clothesline on that notification bell to know when we upload new content to the channel. There's plenty more where this came from. We've also got a video to do from House of Pain in Hina, which took place on the 10th of February. And yeah, keep it locked right here on Cheap Shot Entertainment. I have been your host, Luke. I've been here with my nephew Martin.
Bye.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.